People always say you can't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. I never thought my journey would lead me here, standing as the CEO of a company I built from nothing. But what I want to tell you is that success doesn't come from the place you're born. It comes from how you fight when everything seems stacked against you. It wasn't always like this. I didn't wake up one day and think, I'm going to be a CEO. No, there was a time I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. I was homeless. I was living on the streets, struggling to survive every single day. I had lost everything, my job, my home, my family. And at that moment, I thought I had lost my future too. I know exactly when I hit rock bottom, but I remember the night I slept on a park bench with the wind cutting through me, and all I had was the backpack I carried. I didn't even know if I was going to wake up the next morning. I had this small flicker of hope that no matter how hard it got, I was meant for something more. One day, after months of trying to survive, I walked into a local shelter. I started volunteering, doing whatever I could to stay busy. I wasn't proud of where I was, but helping others made me feel human. That's when I met a mentor, someone who saw something in me. He told me, the world doesn't care where you start. It cares where you end up. I started reading a lot. I spent hours at the library reading anything I could get my hands on. I knew I couldn't just escape the streets with my hands empty. I had to learn something. Slowly, I started piecing together a plan, a way out. I decided to start a small online business, selling something I knew people would need. It wasn't glamorous. I had to scrape together every penny I had just to get started. And there were so many nights when I thought about quitting, but I couldn't let go of it. I faced countless rejections. Some days I barely had enough money to pay for the materials. Other days I'd deal with angry customers who didn't trust my brand, but I always took it as a lesson, learning from my mistakes until I began to make sales. Then, one day I got a break. An investor noticed my work and decided to give me a shot. He believed in me even when I didn't fully believe in myself. That's when my business started to grow. I went from working on my laptop in a small apartment to hiring a team, developing my brand, and securing bigger clients. Today, I'm the CEO of a company, a business that started with nothing but a dream and a lot of determination. But the most important thing I've learned through this whole journey is that success isn't just about money or titles. It's about resilience, the ability to rise when you fall and keep going. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this. I'll never forget where I came from. I'll never forget what it felt like to not have a place to call home. And I'll never forget the journey that brought me here. If you're watching this and you're struggling, know that you are not alone.